I understand liking a team and like supporting something, but to get so into something you have absolutely no effect on, something that will never, ever, ever even acknowledge your existence, I don't get it. Why commit yourself? Eight crazy inventions that never made it. This.
Many inventions change the face of our world, shaping our practices, customs, and the way we live. But what about those genius gadgets that never became mainstream? We want to take a look at some crazy devices that never made it. Let's shake some dust.
Fucking idiots should have just used TikTok for marketing.
Progress,
literally nothing can fail then.
To prevent this, several pedestrian safety scoops were designed during the 1920s, often attached to the radiator or the bumpers of the vehicle. When the scoop or the net touched an obstacle, it would automatically drop to the ground and push it away.
It can be fitted to bumpers or take the place of them, and it folds neatly away when it isn't eating pedestrians. A flick of a lever, and the scoop has another mouthful. When the scoop is open, a jaywalker simply can't get run over.
What a great idea!
Baby follows ball out of window, and mother just looks on.
Believe it or not, this article was distributed among the members of the Chelsea Baby Club in London in
This one's pretty good.
as a solution for families without a garden. Patented in 1922 as a healthy antidote to growing children in crowded cities.
Why just open the window?
Up
Just like open the blinds.
They
could
look.
Look.
You might be surprised, but this invention never quite took off, thanks to those very grounded mothers.
From now on, it's high society and life in a penthouse for her.
That sounds like a great idea.
In the early 1930s, when fascist Italy was suffering from financial sanctions, the country's propaganda publicized its self-sufficiency using their own resources. An Italian chemist, Antonio Ferretti, developed a successful method to make regenerated protein fibers. Lanital was a fabric made from casein, a major component in the making of cheese, for instance. Casein was processed with formaldehyde and metal salts, and then pressed through spinnerets to form long silk-like fibers.
Sounds good to me.
Very much like milk. So in future you'll be able to choose between drinking a glass of milk and wearing one.
I don't know why that didn't work.
During World War I, horses were...
But the horses looked pretty fucking cool for a day or two.
Ladies, but these girls are trying to get their fat down, to put it plainly, and this is how they do it in the States.
For some reason, this one doesn't sound so outdated, does it? That's right. Fitness vibrating belts stayed around till the mid-1970s.
These were pretty popular,
no
actually.
Scientifically proven weight loss to the millions who used it. The principle is quite a logical one. Instead of exercising the muscle yourself, you let the belt vibrate and exercise it for you. Perhaps that's why it's commonly known as the lazy option of fitness. However, several studies show that body vibration does not reduce weight or any type of body fat, unless one...
This would do really well today. Like, if you wanted to make a scam, this would be a really good one, I think.
As well as the presence of these belts around gyms. In the early 30s, there was a boom in the exploration of wireless radios. Long before the transistor offered such an option, this radio hat was seen in the streets of Paris in 1931. Following today's notion of don't use it, wear it, applied
is it still being manufactured?
This radio hat offered the groundbreaking possibility of carrying music with you when Walkmans were not even a dream.
For the benefit of motorists who haven't got a garage at home, we pay a visit to the home in Hampstead of Colonel Westland Wright for a really original and down-to-earth idea for housing a car. A garage in the front garden that disappears when it's not wanted.
Those lucky enough to have space in front of their house had to choose between having a garden or a garage. But not with these inventions. During the 50s, several solutions tried to break the frustration of having to choose between the two. From foldable instant garages to sophisticated platforms that could hide underground.
That looks pretty cool, if you ask me.
Nowadays, only Batman and 007 can enjoy the privilege of a hidden garage.
She mustn't be overcooked.
And these were just a few inventions that never made it to our days. Bold, ingenious, ridiculous, you name it. But remember, most useful devices were initially taken for a loony idea.
Thanks to Prime Interweb. Those are some pretty cool inventions that I actually... What an intense outro. What the fuck is this? 30 seconds to Mars here? I already know Travis the Chimp. That's a really sad story all around, to be honest. There's nothing enjoyable there. It's just really sad. Travis the Chimp is the story about the lady who had a pet chimp who was a movie star. It was a trained chimp. She was the handler. And then one day her friend came over and touched his favorite toy. And Travis thought that she was stealing his toy. So Travis went berserk and started ripping her limbs off and started eating her face off. And then the cops had to come and execute him.
Down for 911, where's your emergency?
Oh, this is Sadie. 231 Rock Criminal Road.
What's the
Send
problem?
the police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
But there's a phone call that the lady made to the police, and she was panicking like Travis is going nuts. Travis, we need help. Travis is killing her because she was watching Travis mutilate the lady, her friend. And then eventually the cops show up. She's already, I believe the chimp even ripped the door off of the car too. It was horrible. It was horrible all around, honestly. I just felt bad for everyone there. And it's really sad because Travis did all of it because he really liked the stuffed animal. It was really fucking upsetting. Kowloon Walled City? What's that? And Trusep. There's a tier 1 Eggy. IRL Ghost in a Shell. This does look a lot like Ghost in a Shell right now. So does this place not exist anymore? No, it doesn't? Hey, that's good news all around then. Looks like a shitty place to live. Obviously. They completely destroyed it. Self-taught dentist sounds pretty reliable. The most dangerous football league. Like, I understand liking a team and like supporting something, but to get so into something you have absolutely no effect on, something that will never, ever, ever even acknowledge your existence, I don't get it. Why commit yourself to something like that? Fucking shocking. Absolutely fucking shocking. The fanaticism. Wild.
League under siege.
I mean, it's no different than other things. I'm not just putting it to sports. K-pop stands, Twitch streamer, obsessed people, all of it. I just can't get into that mentality of being so into something that you have absolutely
Dozens of deaths
no
recent decades. How can you say
contribution to?
no one expected
Like, you don't play for the team.
death of
You're not the Twitch streamer's father or their friend. You don't know the K-pop band. I don't know why people would base their whole life around it and fucking kill for their favorite team. It's crazy. Imagine dying for your favorite sports team only for them to never know your name or care that you sacrificed yourself just to keep supporting them. Crazy. I think that's enough of that. That's just really fucking sad. The journey for the rarest item in Demon Souls. Oh, was this looking for... I've actually been meaning to watch this. This was looking for the hidden door, right? And what was on the other side?
There is an item. On a body, on a bench, on a balcony, behind a locked door, behind an illusion.
Yeah, this one is
behind
cool.
some
I haven't
boxes
seen
in
this,
an alleyway
like,
in the third level
all-encompassing
of Boletaria
summary.
Castle, and none of this was in the original game. And after a solid week of theorizing, testing, and searching, we finally found the key to the door. If it wasn't for this online culture that games have now, I don't think this would have ever been put in the game. And, you know, if it wasn't for the cult following this game has, I don't think anyone would have ever found it. I'll reveal what's behind the door towards the end of this video. It's fitting to delay your gratification a little bit for the sake of this story. On the 14th of November, just a few days after the release of Demon Souls, a user posted a video to Reddit. Does anyone know how to open this door in 1-3? It's new. People went wild. What if this door leads us to the 6th Archstone DLC? Wait, maybe it connects to the closed door in Bloodborne? No.
Maybe it goes directly to the developer's headquarters.
Hiding Elden Ring's gameplay trailer. At this stage, there were just infinite possibilities, until it was discovered that you could use photo mode in an adjacent laneway to peek over the balcony, revealing an item. And luckily, One of the 5 people who owned a PlayStation 5 was Distortion 2,
Exit Prime,
one of my
boys.
favorite speedrunners, and a big fat cheater. There's a glitch that exists where you can walk up into walls as they load into the game, and he abused this to navigate a path towards the item, but Bluepoint were one step ahead. They had anticipated players glitching through the map to get there, and they placed this invisible box around the area as
that I didn't know. That's pretty fucking cool.
For something like this. Distortion, if you're listening,
big brain.
You cheated not only the game, but yourself. With Bluepoint taunting us, the search continued. They'd put things like this in their remakes before. In Shadow of the Colossus, there was a secret door that required 79 coins to open, and something myself and many others came up with was to try and farm 79 gold coins from the fat officials to see if that did anything. Some poor soul on Reddit actually tried this, to no avail. And theories kept flying, what if it has something to do with the weird goat faces hidden in the credit screens? Actually, why is there a small chest here that's illuminated so curiously?
Was the goat
what if
important?
It has to do with all of those weird audio glitches that some players have reported? Do the items on the steps in front of the door matter? Are they a clue? Is that a face in the bag? Can the solution only be seen with a certain filter on? What about fraction mode? What about fraction mode? Finally, a player named Maledictus Nix, playing in fraction mode, which flips the game horizontally, in pure white world tendency, found a new item, in the same stage as the locked door. It was hidden up a ladder, in a featureless dead end, under a box. A ceramic coin.
That's big!
Clay.
The holy medallions.
Brittle and fragile, the glimmer has faded, much like its value.
Sleep well,
it's
man.
also a consumable item that recovers a tiny amount of HP. So, coins were back on the menu, but don't consume them for the health bonus, for the love of God.
Yeah, I guess
Instead,
maybe chlamydia.
Find more coins. People quickly speculated that these would only be discoverable in fraction mode and in pure white tendencies, hidden within breakable rubble, and they were right. We had an actual goal now, and filled with new determination, players began discovering coins left and right. 4 more were found in pure white world tendency, in 1-3, in a featureless room off to the side of a courtyard, in 2-2, on an island.
I bet
down
Bluepoint
River.
imagined it'd take months to get this.
In one of those small locked cells under a chair, in 4-1, within the grave robber's cell. And then 5 more in pure black world tendencies, so in 1-2, up the stairs before the Tower Knight, under a table, by the winch.
It only took a week.
In 2-1,
it took like 2 weeks.
Past the 3 dogs that are at the bottom of this ramp, tucked away in this dead-end.
Once it was found, it only took like 2 weeks.
In 3-1, on the right, as you approach the
I remember when this was happening live.
And before a fence. In 4-2, hidden within the pit that Patches kicks you down. And finally, in 5-2, before you fight the Dirty Colossus, up a ramp, in a room, in a box. How many more coins could there even be? Desperate now, some players tried duping the coins by
cheaters
to other players and then rolling back their
Pathetic.
saves so that they would still have their coins. But Bluepoint had thought of that too. When picked up by other players, they become broken coins. They are ceramic after all, and they're very fragile, so when you drop them, they break. It's such a good thing that Bluepoint put so much effort into making sure that players can't cheat. Back at it then. Scoured every inch of that goddamn swamp until
that must have been so fucking frustrating.
It was found by none other than Shrek himself. But it was a lie. Notorious Dark Souls deviant Metal Fruit had found a coin elsewhere and then dropped it and picked it up.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Swamp,
was he arrested for this?
Off the scent. Many were not fooled by him and his accomplice, but for the truly desperate, precious time was wasted. Enthusiasm waning, the search continued, until hours later, the 11th coin was found, but it wasn't found in the swamp. No, instead it was found in the first level of Boletaria Castle, in that room from which 2 soldiers burst after you rescue Ostrava. This was the 3rd coin found in Boletaria.
I feel like you could have found this by accident.
The theory that each world, then you farm stuff.
I actually don't even think it took a full week once they found the door.
Black world tendency, you get all the black tendency coins.
If I remember
go into
correctly.
New Game Plus, and you do it again. You kill all the bosses, you kill yourself in the Nexus each time, you get permanently stuck in a wall on the way to Old Monk, you go to... Wait, what? I can't warp out of here. I can use items, but I can't use the warp item. And, yep,
this is part of the puzzle.
By players who are becoming the Old Monk, so I can't even get someone to kill me here. And the cutscene is unskippable too. I started to take some photos of my character looting the item. You know, I wanted to make sure I could get a good thumbnail for this video. Looks good, right? That's a great shot.
It does look pretty fucking good.
Anyway, here I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna log out, and I want to keep the item there because I'm gonna come back later and take some more photos. You know, I'm not 100% convinced that I have a good thumbnail.
This is a YouTuber right
so
here.
I log out, but I should probably check if it's still there. And it's gone. I'm probably the only fucking person who could come up with a reason to log out right in front of the item. But yeah, it's the rarest item in the game because the percentage of players who will actually go through the difficulty of 3 new game cycles just to get this thing is going to be very low. And what's unlikely is that the key would actually make it through to New Game Plus, because no other keys in Demon's Souls actually act this way. And, you know, I would have to kill every boss again, so is it even worth it?
Oh yeah, but with the luck build, you can just speedrun.
Oh my god, the key is still there. So I quickly go through the game to get to the door. I kill an archdemon, I fight my way to the Tower Knight Fog, I get to the door, I unlock it, I walk inside, and...
These are Prime AJ.
The Penetrator's armor set.
Let's go!
Surpassing impossible odds. The intricate design of this helmet was uniquely crafted for the Penetrator, one of the Boletarian heroes. Excellent for fending against piercing attacks, which, man, that extra defense is so useful in New Game Plus 3, let me tell you. Jokes aside, this is a good reward. Penetrator has a very signature armor set, and
I love when games do shit like this. It's always so good.
It's meaningful, and I also just love that Bluepoint incentivized breaking the rubble in Souls games for once. As a Zelda fan, that's something I always thought these games could do more of. So, Bluepoint, well played. Umbasa. But you
Thanks,
know what?
Bluepoint.
It's actually possible that we haven't found.
And fuck you, Sony. Make more PlayStation 5s.
Stop searching. Listen, if you can find a PlayStation 5 in the real world, how hard could it be to find these last 2 coins, right? So if you have a PlayStation 5, get out there and try to claim one in your name.
This is also like
might be more.
The only
congratulations
main
to everyone with a PS5
system seller.
And congratulations
to
a
PS5, you should probably get this.
Honestly, because a lot of you guys contributed your theories and your ideas. I wanted to make this video to mark an interesting point in Souls history, and I wanted to help everyone who didn't know about this feel a little bit of what it was like at the time. So, thank you for watching. And thank you to Audible, honestly, who kept me sane with the sponsorship while I spent 12 hours hunting for coins.
Yeah, I remember when that was happening live. I was still playing the game. Thanks to the Prime Doggo. Demon's Souls remake was super good. Is there speedruns for it now? Like, really good ones? Hey! Yeah, I remember the roots were still being experimented with back then and I never checked. Nah, it looks like it's just still about an hour. A baby dinosaur.
Tonight we're on the western side of Costa Rica. We're gonna head down this trail in this direction and spend.
I hope we found an actual baby dinosaur.
How many animals?
Holy shit! He doesn't look so strong.
That is about 1.5 inches in length. See on the.
It's fucking gross, Coyote. Just kill it.
That's what makes the earwigs so creepy. Those big pinchers.
I don't like how he looks, so he should die.
Just like that.
Jumped just smash him.
Back down into the leaf litter.
Are you gonna do Avengers stream for the Black Panther DLC?
Oh, look at that.
They're actually releasing DLC for Avengers?
Wow.
What a waste of resources. No, of course not.
Little tail-looking appendage right there. If they get really irritated,
pretty gross.
They can direct. Now, these are not capable of biting. They are not capable of stinging. So while they may look absolutely terrifying, these are completely harmless.
Don't care. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Wait, hold on a second. Might have something here. Oh, might be a frog.
Oh, jackpot!
Oh, no, no, no.
Just a dinosaur.
A little one. Yes.
Whoa!
Can we borrow you for just a second? Just gonna take you out here onto the main trail for a second, and then I'll put you right back here.
Oh, now he killed himself. Good work.
Hold on, hold on.
You scared him into suicide, Coyote.
Coming towards you. Let's see if we can get him to come right up this tree. The helmeted iguana, also known as a cask-headed lizard, and they get
pretty
that
cool
name because the males specifically, they have a really prominent crest up on top of their head. Can you see that right there? That is all.
I do see it.
Bone above the eyes and on the back of the skull. And when they get bigger, that becomes more and more pronounced.
Makes them give some eyes.
Makes them look like little mini Dilophosaurs from Jurassic Park. This is primarily an arboreal species, a wait in ambush sort of predator. What they will do is just
a coward
hang out on a tree branch and wait for something to come close.
This thing's a pussy. No honor. Wow, look at these things.
Scorpion that caught an earwig. That is probably a pretty potent scorpion too, because
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Very narrow pinchers. Looks like the same species of earwig we saw earlier. Only that is now a very dead earwig.
It's probably the same guy that you let go.
He's caught his meal for the night. Very cool. Wow. That may be a mole katydid. Look at the length of the antenna.
Isn't that just a grasshopper?
That is crazy.
Or is that just what dumb people like me call them?
That is a truly alien looking creature. But those antennae are just going wild. Like two big chemical sensing radar detectors.
Yeah, those are very long. Jesus Christ.
Hundreds.
It's like fishing line.
Species 5 times the length of the insect's actual body. Well, we're looking for all.
Could you imagine if heaven is real and every creature really goes to heaven when it dies, just filled with fucking gross things like this?
Katydid is.
Because there'd be significantly more insects than humans up there.
Place it right back up here onto these leaves, and we'll see what else we can find. It's about to get stinky.
There's a tier 1 Jin and the resub Spinoraptor.
Teeny tiny. Look at that.
Oh, you can fly.
Musking. That is one stinky little snake right there.
What is?
I'm gonna let you curl up.
What's he doing?
As soon as they curl up, they usually get really comfortable and then feel a little bit more secure.
So this thing's defense mechanism is to shit itself?
They have these big, large.
So we're not so different after all.
Incredible eyesight at night. This is a very mildly venomous snake. They have rear fangs, and even if it was capable of biting me, that venom would have no effect. But I'd say this snake is exceptionally cute.
Yeah, it's a bit kawaii.
Right back up on its leaf, and it's going to continue on with its night of hunting.
Whoa, look at that thing.
Check
it's
that
a banana.
That little amphibian is a web-footed salamander.
What? Is that even real?
Salamanders because their toes
Did you make that out of clay?
Encapsulated in skin. It almost looks as if this little guy is wearing oven mitts. What it's doing right now inside of this leaf is just sitting there waiting for a prey.
Yeah, that thing hasn't moved at all.
What you can't see is there's actually a little.
Are we sure it's not made out of clay and glued to this leaf?
All that it's going to take is that katydid coming around on this side, walking down into the leaf, and that salamander is going to gobble it up. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, Gothic.
Dilophosaurus looking friend is back up on its perch. He seems about as happy as can be.
Was that the dinosaur?
A wide variety of creatures tonight. Most of them creepy.
Weird
some
title.
Of them cute, but for me, nothing was cooler than the helmeted iguana.
If you're a huge...
Nice. Well, definitely wasn't a baby dinosaur at all. World's most expensive nannies train? What the fuck does that mean? How the most expensive nannies in the world train. Oh. I thought it was just a train of nannies.
These are among the most exclusive and highly trained.
Oh, so they're killers.
Ready, here we go.
It's like Kingsman for babysitting.
And advanced driving techniques. The course at Norland College in England cost them
I appreciate that. Thank you, Mythic. Thanks for a long time of watching.
But after graduation, they can command salaries of $170,000.
Wow.
That's 4 times the average nanny salary in the UK. So what does it take to become one of the most exclusive nannies?
They're more like bodyguards, it seems.
Trained to protect themselves and the children in their care.
Wow, that looks
all
easy.
Nannies are part of an elite. Often working for high-profile employers, they're expected to deal with potential.
That just seems like common sense right there.
Kidnap attempts.
Unfortunately, I have had an experience where a man tried to take the little girl that I used to look after.
No. Shaking. Your hands are shaking.
She's just eager to kill.
In the career they've chosen, a lot of them don't realise what they're capable of.
When I was on my residential placement, the family had such a varied diet. They were really into like satay chicken, and we had loads.
So this doesn't sound like what I thought a nanny would be.
Really nice to see.
So you place your...
I only ever had like one babysitter for like 1 week when I was a kid, and all she did was just like smoke and just be at that house while my parents weren't there.
I really don't enjoy cooking, to be honest, and so the lessons have been really, really helpful for myself, as I am not a confident cook.
Developing their machine and hand sewing skills.
So it seems more like these nannies are like
It could be just
a temporary butler
dozens of things that,
for
you
your
know,
kids.
all families need.
Well, and I guess the parents too, since she was talking about the parents.
You don't use that when you're inside because it could make the baby too hot.
So what? It'll toughen them up.
Students also learn how to prepare an old-fashioned pram.
Remember with carriage prams, you don't have to do hospital corners, but you just want to make it as tidy and neat as you possibly can in the pram.
Knowing how to control a car in skid is just one of the skills a modern-day Norland nanny can offer clients. Norland College was...
How to be a good getaway driver?
All the way back in 1892, the very first students at Norland.
They're absolutely spies.
Norland is also taking on university status.
If this was in the States, I'd apply. See if I'd be a good nanny. Fucking granny shifting a hot rod, engaging Nos to escape potential kidnappers.
It's about a passion for the job.
Very nice. Well, that made me have to go pee, so I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh, I'm definitely not watching Sonic lore. That's not even fun, ironically. What channel was this on? Oh, it was Business Insider. Inside the life of a billionaire nanny? It's just another one of those nannies, goddamn. Is he into scary stuff? Oh, I love to be scared. And nothing does that quite like some YouTube horror. Oh, yeah. Nuke's top 5? It's too much sometimes. Top 10 real goblin sightings? Gnomes, even? Yeah, oh boy. Is cracking your knuckles bad? Is that a suggestion, or are you just asking me? The answer is no, it's not. Some good horror can be found on a channel called Lights Are Off. Ooh, some good horror. This looks like some good horror. Whoa. Holy shit! I see what you mean. Oh my god. This is a little much. You see those fucking Smurfs? And Mr. Peanut? Get the fuck out of there! Oh my god! It's the end! That is terrifying. Does he only have one, like, model for mouths? Every single fucking thing so far has had the same mouth, but it is very scary. Oh my god! You were right. That was some good horror. It's worse, it's TikTok horror. I can tell. That's why it's so good. Top 15 scary videos we warned you not to watch. Oh my god, that sounds intense. Oh, this looks horrifying.
Number 15.
Okay, I already don't want to watch that. I cannot fucking stand that guy. X3 sub chef and MW. He talks like that because of a breathing problem he has? Nope. If I remember correctly, he does that because it's a character he puts on. When that foot lettuce thing was popping off, I remember, I think he did an interview with Scarce or someone explaining that he just puts that voice on. I know he raps. I heard one of them. Not very good. Not for me. Rodney Mullen's the name I haven't heard in a long time. Does he still do anything? I'm assuming the answer is no. He's going to be like 70 years old by now. But this guy, oh my god. This guy was a massive, a pioneer. Growing up, everyone knew Rodney Mullen's name. It's still really impressive even just to look back on it, even with how much skateboarding evolved. I think he was the first one to do like kickflips and shit, right? I could be misremembering, but he basically invented modern skateboarding. He invented almost every trick. Is he still alive? I gotta look that up. I feel like I remember he died at some point. Died from being too fucking cool. No, he's still good. He's still alive. This man's got plenty of time to innovate. The most boring speech. You just reminded me of something I watched the other day. I don't remember where I saw this. It might have been in like a Reddit thread or something. But on an airplane, there was a guy who took control. Well, it wasn't a guy who took control. The co-pilot of the plane got on the intercom and started telling his whole life story to the passengers. And he was going on about like how awful his childhood was, how he contemplated suicide and stuff, all while they were just like sitting on the plane waiting to get off. He went on for 7 minutes about his life and like how his church, like his pastor would molest him, but he still found the light of God and he wanted to share that light with the rest of the passengers. I don't know why you saying that reminded me of it, but that shit was so uncomfortable to listen to. I don't know why he did that. But yeah, it was just the co-pilot of the plane. He just assumed control before people were getting off. He's like, I want to tell you a little something. And he started fucking hot. Like, it was, like, right from the get-go, it was awful. He immediately mentioned about how he was molested, and it was really weird. I don't know why he did that on the plane. Don't know why that reminded me of it, but I